Hi Michael, I think we've gone off the rails because when I use the term root, I'm not referring to the root of your web server. That is a totally different thing. When I use the word root, I'm simply referring to the new site. That's what Dreamweaver has used as terminology. So let's just forget that word for now. When I say define a new site and define the home folder, let's just call that your new site, your sub-site. Okay. With that said, it doesn't matter if you can have you can have a folder structure that somewhat matches your server to your local computer. That's cool. You still need to define the home folder for your new sub-site. Once you've defined that, then the publishing is the key. I have a website with literally hundreds of different sub-sites on it. And those sub-sites are all over. They're not only, I've got them on different computers even. So the structure of the folder names locally doesn't matter. All that matters is when you take your pages from within the home folder, they go up to the proper folder on your server. So that's the key, and that comes in the publish settings, okay? So thing one, define the home folder, has to be done. Perfect. So now you've got a new sub-site defined in Dreamweaver. Second, the publishing settings, that's the key, because you obviously don't want to overwrite what's on the server. You want to make sure the files go to the right place. So when you are setting up your servers in Dreamweaver, right, you would we'll add a new server, right, put your FTP address in here, and the root directory. Now I'm not sure, by the sounds of it, it's make 1C, I believe. That sounds to me like the root folder. It may not be, it may be public HTML / make1C. Anyways, put your root directory right here. Then you need to make sure that you put the / and then the home folder, like so that when you do publish the files, they'll go into the correct location. Now, if you need help with that, I can run through. I mean, if you don't mind giving me your FTP information, I can run through and take a look through FileZilla, make sure your folders are set up and how to set up your publishing settings in here so you won't overwrite anything. I can also show you how to test to make sure you put the folders into the right files and all that sort of a thing. But just to be clear, let's take the word root right out of it, because when I'm using the word root, I'm not talking about your server. I'm talking about how the terminology Dreamweaver uses when you're defining a new site. So let's just forget about that. When you define a new site, define the home folder. That's all you need to do. Once that is done, everything comes into play with the publishing settings and just making sure that it goes to the correct folder location. Right? You will not be defining your larger site in Dreamweaver and have everything within the home folder. It just doesn't work that way. A sub-site needs to be treated as a separate site altogether. That's why I said to define the home folder as a new site. Right? Once that is done, you just need to make sure that those pages go up to their own subfolder on the server, and you'll be good to go. I hope that clarifies things.